Good morning. It's early on Saturday morning. Not too early, but we're moving cattle today into the next paddock. We do this 2 or 3 times a week. The reason for that's multifold. Number one, the cattle get fresh grass. They get more nutritious grass because the grass is fresh. They're not eating down and down and down. And then because also they're not eating the grass too low, it's better for the pasture. It's better for the grass itself. The grass stays more healthy, more robust, and it's healthier for the soil because you keep more of a cover over the soil. I'm going to have to hurry because they're coming. They know it's time to move. Hello, ladies. These are replacement heifers. These are yearling heifers that we've chosen. They've got the right maternal traits and so forth.
No.
And we've selected them to keep in our herd. We also sell a few as bred replacement heifers to other cattle producers. So anyway, come with us. That's what we're doing today.
So we got our bucks hooked up behind the gator because they know when those move, they go with them.
So before the cattle get here, you can kind of see, if you look at the pasture that they've been in, it's kind of a lighter green color. And the tips of most of the blades of grass have been clipped off where they've taken a bite like this, right? And now the paddock that they're going to go into, see how much fuller the grass is? Higher, a darker green. That darker green signifies more nutrition, higher energy in the grass. Because a cow doesn't, when she eats, she doesn't bite and take the entire blade of grass. She just takes the tip, probably the top third, right? And then what you want to do is allow them to just eat the top third and not allow them or make them go back and take like another bite of this grass, because this that's already been bitten is not as nutritious as this that still has the sharp point on it. So that's what we're doing. That's why we move the cattle.
All right, princess. Waiting on you. Any day.
And they'll stay in here for a few days and then they'll move on. The key to this entire system, the key to rotational grazing, regenerative agriculture, is you're letting the ground rest. So that paddock that we just took those heifers out of, that they took the tips off the grass, they won't rotate back around and be in that paddock again for at least a month, between 30 and 42 days, depending upon how much rain we get and how well the grass grows. And so that paddock then will rest, will have no grazing on it for at least a month, 4 to 6 weeks. And what that'll do is those square blunted tips of grass, it'll allow that grass to recover. And so what's happening is as that grass recovers and stimulates growth, there are roots growing in the ground as well. So the roots stimulate aeration of the soil, put carbon in the soil. It's just good all around. And it's good for the cattle because they only get the most nutritious grass. You know, they don't have to go back and eat the less nutritious second bite or whatever. So anyway, that's it. Ready? So here's another example. This paddock, it's been about 42 days since cattle have been in here, and you see the amount of regrowth that we've gotten. Quite a bit. Looks good. So the cattle, those beasts will come in here and they'll get this, they'll nip the tops out of all this and get the most nutritious grass, and then we'll move them on. One thing that you'll notice about our pastures is that they're not clean. They're not sanitized. There's a big mix of grasses and things in here for the cattle to eat. We do not spray herbicides on our grass. We don't use 2,4-D to kill broadleaves. We don't do any of that. So none of our pastures get any kind of chemicals whatsoever. None of our pastures get any kind of commercial fertilizer whatsoever. Everything that you see is grown naturally. Setting up to move another group. This is actually some of our beefs that we're finishing. And we have to bring them through this old barn lot.
They're in that field.
They're going to come through this barn lot and go into this field. So that's what we're doing. Don't worry about what he's doing.
Alright, so it's the same process here that we just did with the other group of cows, the heifers, where you hooked up the red feeding bunks to the back of the gator. We just drag them along with some chains. You can see in the middle they're attached, so it makes it easier to move them along. But the cows are basically just following their food source. They know they get fed out of those bunks, so if they see the bunks moving, they're going to move with the bunks. So it just kind of makes it easier to move the cows from there.